what these are. Genesis 6, we're going to start in verse 1. I'm just going to read a few verses, and I'm going to explain the problem. Now it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful and desirable, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose or desired. What it means, sons of God, it refers to from the Old Testament, like in Job, and all the sons of God sang for joy during creation. That is referring to angels. We weren't made yet. Sons of God. And in the Old Testament, no one is called a son of God except for Adam, who was a direct creation. And you do not see humans called sons of God until the New Testament, and only if they're born again do they come back into the family of God. And I say back into because he originally made us as part of his family, but sin separates us. So when you're born again, it brings you back into the family of God as a son or daughter of God. That is clearly explained more than once, that we're now sons and daughters of God in the New Testament. This is the one verse that causes the most controversy, because there's two views. There's a Sethian view, which was formed in the 3rd century but didn't get traction until the 5th century. They believe that the line of Cain got corrupted by Satan's seed, and that goes back to Genesis 3:15, that the seed of Satan, so he's got offspring, would go against the seed of the woman, which means they would try to attack and stop the Messiah, which they weren't able to do because God fulfilled his plan. Thank you, Lord. They think that Canaan got corrupted and he was actually not even all human, that he was a hybrid. So hybrid means they're part demonic entity and they're part human, or part demonic entity, part animal. That's what hybrid means when I'm referring to that. That's what that view is. And then they say, but they liked the women from Seth's line. So I guess they didn't have any good-looking women in their own line. So they wanted Seth's women and took them and caused this corruption. So I'm sorry, I can't prove this in the Bible. I think it's not right. However, there's some people that believe it that I really love and respect, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But Dr. Chuck Missler has examined this thoroughly, as well as many others, including Rick Renner, who's a Greek scholar, and they say, yeah, sorry, that's not what this means.